Welcome to my YouTube channel. Dr. Peter here. Can bones affect your metabolism? Or what is the role of bones in your metabolism? What is the role of bones in your system? Many think the bones are just for structure. Many think the bones are just for the framework. But bones play a very vital role in metabolism. For this content, for this knowledge, for this information, make sure you hit that notification bell. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like. And make sure you watch this video to the end to take a grasp, have the knowledge about your bones. So bones are known to play a very vital role in your metabolism. So, first of all, do you know what minerals make up the bone? I know. Some of us know, some of us don't. We have two basic minerals that are stored in our bones. One of them being stored 90%. Imagine a whole sum. 90% of this mineral is stored in our bones. That is calcium. We have another mineral called the phosphorus. It is stored around 80 to 90% of all the phosphorus in our body is stored in the bones as phosphate. So deposition of hydroxyapatite, which is from the calcium and phosphorus in the bone, may influence a lot of things in your metabolic system. First of all, we have to state some roles of calcium in our bodies. The first role of calcium in our bodies is basically muscle contraction. A very important thing in our system. So what do we know about a muscle? For a muscle to work effectively, it has to be relaxing, it has to be contracting. So calcium plays a vital role in the contraction of muscles. Calcium also makes a vital role or plays a vital role in neurotransmission or the working of the nerves. Now, what are nerves? Nerves are structures in the nervous system that are able to transmit information from the brain up to the spinal cord and to the peripheries, so that when you see fire there, you are able to run. When you touch a hot thing, you are able to make a reflex because of the nerves. Now, in case you don't have calcium or your calcium levels in your bones are low, basically the production of this calcium to the blood and to the nerves will not be enough. And the lack of enough production of calcium to these nerves will lead to an alteration in the nervous system, which will bring an alteration in the neurotransmission category. Okay? Now we have two roles of calcium. Very vital. The strengthening of your teeth is basically from calcium. So calcium plays a very vital role even in your teeth, making them strong, healing of cavities. Calcium takes a very vital role in that. So now, if calcium levels in your bones are low, which is the production point of these biggest minerals or the storage of these biggest minerals, it will alter a lot of things in your bodies. So phosphorus, which is basically phosphate, is one of the most important minerals that you have in your cell because of its chemical properties. This phosphorus is used or can be stored in form of energy as adenosine triphosphate in your cells from your mitochondria. Also, this phosphorus is a basic necessity to make that lipid layer of the cell membrane. So phosphorus is one of the best minerals in your cells. So demineralization or a diminishing of these minerals can alter your body most likely very negatively, because now when calcium is not in the normal range even in your blood, you will go to a place of hypocalcemia, which will bring an alteration of most of your body processes. So calcium is very important in metabolism. So inadequate calcification or deposition of this calcium from blood, now from what you consume to your bones, that is what we call the calcification. It will lead to de-strengthening of the bones, because this calcium or this calcification, this deposition of calcium in the bones makes the bones hard and not prone to fractures. So sometimes we find ourselves in places that we just fall, and when we fall we just have fractures, bones fracture, just because of the demineralization or the diminishing of calcium levels in the bones. Okay? So we all agree first that calcium is very important for strengthening of the bones. Calcium is very important for muscle contraction. Those people who go to the gym, or those people who have body goals, fitness goals, you have to know that calcium is one of the most important minerals that you will have for your muscles to contract. Muscles need to contract even in your workplace. If you are doing work that needs to involve your muscles, calcium would be one of the best products to use, would be one of the best elements or minerals to input into your body. And that basically, calcium to be input in our bodies. I will make a whole topic on calcium and phosphorus. What are the foods that we'll eat to get calcium? So phosphorus is important in one body process, one process which is called glycolysis. So glycolysis is basically the breakdown of glucose by enzymatic process to produce energy. So if you have diminished phosphorus levels, basically because you don't take food that are rich in calcium, you don't do things that will make or boost your calcium levels in your bones, or you have lost a lot of calcium maybe due to other processes, you will find yourself in a process where you cannot break down glucose into energy, and that this glucose will be converted into fat, and you will find yourself becoming obese, becoming overweight, just because of lack of calcium levels in your bodies. So in cell membranes we have phosphorus being involved in the making of these cell membranes, the RNA, the DNA, very important molecules. Phosphorus is needed for this. So your DNA and your RNA molecules require phosphorus for them to be wholesome. So make sure you take calcium levels if you don't want to transmit inequalities or bad qualities to your next generation. You don't want to transmit diseases to your next generation. So I want us to talk about calcium, the bones, and another effect on the body metabolism. Do you know that in your bone is where the production point of your cells, or your red blood cells, the white blood cells, and the platelets are produced inside the bone in a place that we call the bone marrow. So from this point, the red blood cells are produced. Okay? So we all know the functions of the red blood cells. One of them being transportation of oxygen through hemoglobin. And so, if red blood cells or the bone is altered, which is the production point of these red blood cells, it will lead to an alteration of the normal transportation of oxygen, because these cells will not be produced as they are supposed to be produced. And basically, you find yourself in a place of hypoxia, low oxygen levels in your cells, and this can lead to a lot of problems in your liver, in your intestines, in your colon, name them, your kidneys, all those cells that require oxygen to work. So bones can be seen as structures, but they come out with one of the best vital roles in your organs. So you have, those are the red blood cells. We have the white blood cells. White blood cells are the cells that are responsible for fighting microorganisms, fighting infections in our bodies. So if our white blood cells are not produced in the right way, or are altered, or are not produced in the normal amounts, basically our immunity levels will lower down, just because of a problem in the bone. So if bone marrow is altered, just because maybe you have an infection like osteomyelitis, white blood cells will not be produced the way they should. We have the platelets. Platelets are very important in blood clotting. These are the cells responsible for clotting. So if you don't want to lose a lot of blood, maybe in a form of inflammation, cuts, wounds and all that, accidents and all that, maintain your bones first. Because you will go take medicine, you will be told to take medicines that right. Make sure you share this video so that we can reach a bigger audience and help many other people build their bodies to their core. Thank you so much. I love you guys.